subscribe. Hit the bell for more.
It's public accessible. The law states that I can if it's public accessible.
Data protection states that you can't. They work here. So either that, I can go and get the building director to come up and explain it to you.
Yeah.
You want to be an arse about it?
Well, I wasn't being an arse. I just know the law. I just know the law.
I know the law as well. These are protected by GDPR.
Are they?
Yes.
No, because that's actually that's gathering gathering data. That the GDPR doesn't collect.
Which is why I've been asked.
GDPR does not collect you to do with photography. GDPR does not come into photography unless you're filming as a security
person. Would you not be
person.
mindful of people not being comfortable with you filming them?
No, but then you're calling me an arse, and then you're actually making up law as you go along.
I'm not making up laws.
Yeah, you are. You would, if you
these are instructions from the building director.
So if you know about GDPR,
everywhere
if you know about GDPR, you know it's nothing to do with photography.
There's a sign over there
saying
I
haven't been over there. I haven't been over there.
Well, then if you want to go and look for signs,
but I also know that this
you.
is public accessible, so therefore I can film in public.
Also private property.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, so this one here called me an arsehole. That's how you deal with members of the public. So she talks to a member of the public and she calls him an arsehole.
Good afternoon, sir.
You alright?
How are you doing today?
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay, any purpose of doing
I was doing a time lapse of the escalator and your colleague over here called me an arsehole.
Okay.
Sorry, no, she didn't actually. Said that I was being, if I want to be an arse about it, and then she tried to quote GDPR on me, which somebody that does this as a living and as their job, I know that GDPR does not come under photography whatsoever.
Okay.
So, you know, if they're going to try and intimidate people and actually be rude to people, the best thing to do might actually just be to tell the truth. Just say the building would rather you not film. Don't quote stuff that you don't know, clearly don't know the law about. And unprofessionalism was pretty bad, so therefore I'm just going to carry on filming until I get bored.
Oh no, please, sir. We'll do it like that because we have other people.
I don't like being called an arse when I'm not doing anything wrong.
For one person, don't spoil it with other people's.
Well, she's representing the company out here at the moment. She's the one that spoke to me quite rudely.
All right, then we have other occupiers, which is our clients in the building. Yeah. They're on a lunch break and they very feel uncomfortable about you doing it like that.
That's not my problem. How they feel is not my problem. I'm here to do a job. That's what I've been tasked to do. That's
So what's
what I
job
need
you
to
doing?
Getting time lapse of the escalators and people coming in and out. Have you ever seen
what
like
company? What company?
It's from my own company. Have you ever seen like B-roll? Have you ever heard the term of B-roll?
But at the moment, you're not doing the escalators. You're doing
I'm doing the escalators, which is going up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is what I was doing before she came up and called me an arse.
So you think?
So
that,
also, yeah, go on.
why don't you change the camera viewing then? And do if you want to do the time lapse, you can do the time lapse on the escalator side.
Yeah, but when somebody speaks to me quite rudely like that, why would I want to help you guys out? I'm quite an approachable person, but when you call me an arse, that's not a great way to deal with the public, is it?
Well, no, but if other people do something, that means to say you're gonna carry on like as if everyone make it a problem.
I'm quite a stubborn person. If somebody calls me an arse, I will just stand here. Because also she said she was going to get me removed, so I'm waiting for that to happen.
Well, we're force of you to make a force of move, but with the same thing that in case of you never know that we have other people, our other staff, our clients around.
I appreciate that, but I'm just waiting for her to get me removed because that's the bit that I'm interested in.
All right, if she moved from our post, will you stop it again?
I'd rather apologise for the way she spoke to me, to be fair.
I can't apologise because I'm not.
There you go, and she looks like she's as stubborn as me. She spoke to me quite rudely. calling members of the public an arse is not something that I would normally do in a job as a customer job facing role, which, you know, on my days off when I'm not doing this, that's exactly what I do. I work with customers, I work with people, and I certainly wouldn't call them an arse.
Okay. That's fine.
So if she apologises to me, I'll move on. Simple as.
Boss,
There you go. So you're not willing to do something so simple as the word sorry, the simple word
for us
sorry.
to say sorry, I can't say sorry for what I
No,
never
but
heard.
she can.
Well, if you want to speak to her about it, then
There you go.
that's
So if she
fine.
comes and apologise, I'll move on.
All right, sir. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
your day.
No worries.
So there you go. They won't apologise for her swearing. She's definitely not going to apologise. And I didn't get removed.
Sorry, man. So you say you're not moving until she apologizes. Is that what
If she
you're saying?
apologises, I'll move right now.
But how was she approached? How did
She come over to me, she said that I wasn't allowed to film. And I
Yeah,
explained to her
which,
that this is a public space. And she's...
were you filming away? That you're not supposed to?
Yeah, I'm filming this area, but she then come up to me and said that, that it's covered under GDPR, which I explained to her that it's definitely not, because I know about GDPR as a company. I know what GDPR is. It doesn't cover photography. And then she turned around and said to me, if you want to be an arse about this, then carry on. Then she said that she's going to get me removed. So, you know, I'm just waiting for someone to remove me now, because I think that's quite interesting that, you know, because I didn't do what she said, she decided that she was going to be rude to me and then, you know, threaten me with violence.
Well, definitely. That's where you understand the way you're coming from, definitely. So,
I approach these situations on the way that I get approached. People don't like being told when they're wrong, and I appreciate that, but under public law, I'm allowed to be here. This is a public right of way. This is public accessible to the public.
yeah, definitely. So you're obviously walking, when we're around as a public, but as I said, like, since it's a private property.
This is private property, but the problem you have is that you have shops here and you have it public. It's what they call public accessible. So under section 63 of the Criminal Justice Act 1973, if a place is open to the public or has access to the public and is not fenced off, you can walk through and you can have access to it as a normal public space. The only way you'd be able to stop me from walking or filming here is if you had this barriered off. And even then, if it was barriered from here, I wouldn't be allowed past here, but from here I can film, which is why I always stand on the boundary, because I know the law.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so this was the gentleman that I was talking to at the side, and because he was polite, I will actually move on. I think. Unless anything else is going to happen, I will move on. I'm gonna move on now, okay? I'm gonna move on now. I'm going to move on now
Okay.
because you were polite enough, yeah? This
So
is
no,
what-
this one does farm.
Okay, so
yeah.
just to let you know, this is what they call, I don't know if you've heard of it, a thing called
Yeah, yeah.
auditing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you go to places where you can and can't film, and this is one of those places I can film. Next, it's going to be on YouTube. Tell her to check it out on Happy TV. She just needs a little attitude adjustment, but you've been perfectly polite. Thank you.